Well, let's lean into the news of the Reds here. And I hate starting off with bad news. I hate doing it. It's the worst. And this is some really bad news. TJ Friedl is going to be out 3 to 4 weeks minimum. And when I mean minimum, that's when they're going to reevaluate because he
Yeah.
fractured his wrist diving for a ball. It's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks minimum. A lot of people saying 6 to 8 weeks. That's including rehab. That's also including getting up to speed. That's getting your timing back. Wrists are tough, man. They suck. They sometimes say when you break your wrist, it takes you a full year to get your swing back. Wrist and
Really.
shoulders.
Just
Yes.
that whip of that wrist.
Just because think about all that, the little bones that are in here, all that
Yeah.
stuff. And when you go to swing and how intricate it is and how you got to
Yeah.
generate that speed, it's tough, man.
This was our leader in overall WAR for the team last year. This is not a small thing. It's our center fielder, quarterback of the outfield, man. So it's a very big deal. It's not getting enough fanfare or discussion, in my opinion.
I agree. So you're just as worried as I am. I'm horrified. They were already lacking depth at that position.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's a big impact. I think he was something of a glue that there was a lot of, just like how Ellie, in my opinion, insulated a lot of the other rookies from a lot of the scrutiny that might come with being a highly touted rookie, and allowed them to play freely and possibly play a little better.
Yeah.
I think Friedl did the same thing for a lot of those guys. I think, he was an unsung hero who performed well, was catching balls over the fence, works, running hard and plays the game the right way. The dude likes to bunt. I mean, what else could you want? I mean, keep the suicide squeezes to a minimum now, I think, after what Chapman did to that name. But
what a callback.
Other than that, I do think that we're going to be all right. I am an eternal optimist, and I am even more so an eternal Reds optimist. And I believe in Crawl we trust. I drink the Crawl-Aid, baby. And I think our minor league system is the best in the league. And there's a couple of names that come to mind. Jacob Hurtubise, like you mentioned, but also
Hurtubise is my guy.
Hurtubise.
I'm hyped.
Hurtubise knees, and he's a good player, man. He's MLB ready now, and the space just opened up. But what about Blake Dunn? I think Blake Dunn. What position is he slotted at?
I think he's right field.
Is he right field?
Yeah, let me double check that.
He's a fast guy. He's athletic. He's got some bop to his bat, and he also said he would play MLB The Show with me. And
what a guy!
Incredibly biased, but yeah, I think it might be time for Blake Dunn, in particular with how Crawl mentioned that this is something they might be able to address internally. I think that's who they're talking about, and Nick Crawl is colorblind when it comes to positions. He just doesn't see them. So
no, because you have to play. Well, you have to play everywhere if you want to play for David Bell and Nick Crawl. He ended the season in Double-A last year. It doesn't say. I swear he's a right fielder. No, you're correct. He's a center fielder. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'll admit when I'm an idiot. Center fielder. I don't hate that. David Bell's already been on record saying that Hurtubise is going to be an everyday Major League Baseball player at some point in his career. Guy already has all the tools.
Yeah,
he was the 2023 minor league hitter of the year for all of the Reds. He showed some of that slap and speed coming up. He's just like TJ Friedl without as much power, which, TJ has got a power plus Great American Ballpark. Yeah. You put him on the road, not so great, but here can slap it. So I could see Hurtubise being one of those dudes internally. They're saying Will Benson's going to play a lot of center and float around with that, which then opens up your corners for, Fraley, India, Steer. They rotate in and out. Stuart Fairchild, but man, I don't want it. I don't buy it. I've never bought Stuart Fairchild.
Dude, same. Look,
Thank
I
you.
don't want to harp on it because I don't want to be negative, and I think he's a great guy. But if it's coming down to it, man, we've got a limited roster, and I would love for him to go somewhere and do great. We're the first to cheer him on, just not on the Reds. And we've got so much talent, dude, and just don't be taking our at bats anymore, Stu. I
Right.
hate to say it, man.
But
Like,
he
best
but
of
he
luck to you, dude.
but he's so good against lefties.
I don't
Okay.
care. Get out of here.
I don't know. Get out of here. Yeah,
Done
yeah,
with
yeah.
it, man. Done
Out of
with
here.
it.
Scram. So
I get annoyed with it. I think Blake Dunn's the guy, dude. I think he's got a lot to offer. We did an interview with him. I asked him, man, I was like, hey, Blake, you're really fast. How many stolen bases do you think you could get if all the conditions are right, and in a major league season you have a full season and everything is hitting right? How many stolen bases do you think you can get? And I think he said 70, like confidently. That's what he said, 70.
whoa.
And
Okay.
pull up his home runs last season. I think did he top 30?
Let me double check that. I just closed it. Blake Dunn. What do you got here? What do you got? What do we got here? Last year, he had 23 homers,
Okay.
79 RBIs, and 54 stolen bases between high A and double A.
How many games did he play all year?
He played 124 games last year. He played 47 in Dayton and 77 in double A. In double A last year, in those 77 games, 332, 433, 556 with an OPS of 989.
With
With,
how many stolen bases? This is the guy, man.
dude,
Blake Dunn's the guy. Jacob's a
30,
great guy.
35
35 what?
stolen bases.
Yeah. Jacob's going to definitely have a place on this team, but Blake Dunn, in my opinion, is the next man up. And I think that the Reds have a rich history of players with the last name of Dunn. So sad he can't wear number 44. But dude, it's time. Bring up Blake Dunn and plug him into center field and let this man go off, because he's going to have a killer season and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not going to doubt you on that one, bud. I think it would be cool to see him up. I think you see Hurtabees get a chance first, and then you would see Blake Dunn. And this is also, here's what Nick Kroll said. This is a quote from Charlie Goldsmith. I wouldn't say we're going to go look parentheses for an addition, end parentheses, but I wouldn't rule anything out. We're going to figure out if we can fill it internally. Maybe there is someone external. Maybe someone doesn't make a roster that fits. We'll look across the board, not just for this.
And he's got a career in politics if he ever gets out of baseball, because he knows how to navigate an answer without saying anything.
Dude, yeah, no shit. He literally said, we're probably not going to look. We could look. We're always looking everywhere all at once.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good at it, dude. But I think though, he did make that little statement about filling it internally. And I'm going to cling to that because I hope it's Blake Dunn.
Yeah, I think, if you're going to lead with that, that's the first thing that comes to your mind. And then the rest of it is politicking,
Right.
Saying, well, maybe they're trying to like get anybody off the scent. So
Right.
I'm looking at these options. I'm, Trace Thompson, Jackie Bradley Jr., JP Risnick. Yeah. And at the bottom of the list, Billy Hamilton. Just,
Richard Hamilton?
Oh, Willie Hams.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's an option out there, but the people that we mentioned, I would rather have their clock start up here, option back down when need be, or they stick around and then they get rid of Stuart Fairchild. So yeah. So, there's a lot of moving pieces, but I'm with you, man. I think internally that's how they'll address it. And even Charlie tweeted out, he also said that David Bell said, he also said that Will Benson will get a ton of starts and reps in center this week. So we're going to see a lot of Will Benson. He's an athlete, dude. He's a tall, big dude. Only problem was he was the only outfield for the Reds to have a negative DRS. So,
but the excitement after that home run, I mean, it's art what he does.
It's impalpable or whatever.
Man, what did Greg Vaughn say, man? He didn't really say much, but he was just like, when we started talking sabermetrics, he was just like, hit the ball.
Let him play.
Yeah, show him that clip of Will Benson and then start talking about negative DUR.
DRS.
Yeah, we'll see an article about Greg having an aneurysm.
Oh boy, he's watching right now. He hacked our Zoom feed here.